Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Kelly, the Vice President of Student Affairs, and we're going to start our dedication ceremony and unleash the Wabash Arts Corridor Crawl. Everyone come to the stage, please. Everyone out in the garden, please join us. By the way, as we begin, I want to give another big hand to our student band. This is an all-female Columbia College student band. Let's give it up for She. They sounded great. By the way, if anyone is confused, it is not raining. These are tears of joy coming from the arts gods pouring down on this wonderful community. So I want everyone just to take 1 minute to take in the wonders around us, because we are now in the Wabash Arts Corridor, and the corridor will become a destination, one of the most important cultural and educational assets in this city. And I want you to take in this beautiful new garden. I want you to take in those beautiful photographs that frame. I want you to take in all of the buildings, the iconic architecture, the energy on this street, because this all frames the Wabash Arts Corridor. So, first of all, I want to start with the big idea. What is the Wabash Arts Corridor? In this district is one of the greatest collections of educational cultural resources anywhere in the city or in this country. It's DePaul and Roosevelt in Columbia. It's East-West. It's Jones Prep High School. It's Harold Washington Library. It's Spertus. It is 19 galleries, 14 performance spaces. It's 8 major hotels. It's all of the synergy with our residents and our businesses. The Wabash Arts Corridor takes a district that had a name before called the South Loop. The South Loop was just a geographic location. And now, in this watershed moment, is replaced by the Wabash Arts Corridor as we create synergy between all of these forces. Wabash Avenue becoming the spine of the district, but taking in everything from Grant Park, going down to Congress, over Congress to Roosevelt, everything on State Street and Michigan Avenue. This is the Wabash Arts Corridor, and so this is our special moment. And today is the crawl. This is the first coming together of all of the assets in this area. Never before have Jones and Harold Washington and Spertus and the hotels and the businesses come together with all the colleges. Today marks the beginning of the Wabash Arts Corridor as an official part of our lives. And then, today we dedicate this gorgeous papermaker's garden, a Columbia inspiration inspired by our faculty and staff. This was one sorry-ass space. And now it is gorgeous. And the energy that you're going to feel in the garden, the energy you're going to feel on the stage will be something that's palpable and every day. So with that, we have a very short program. We have 4 speakers. And it's my great pleasure as our first speaker, because if this is a watershed moment for Columbia and the Wabash Arts Corridor, the welcoming our new president, Dr. Kwang Woo Kim. Anyone has heard him. What a powerful voice. What an authentic voice. What a voice driven by values and a love and appreciation of arts education. And he is now ours. And as the Wabash Arts Corridor comes to life, our president will become a powerful force, not just for Columbia, but for this entire city. It's my great pleasure to introduce our new president, Dr. Kwang Woo Kim.
Thank you, Mark. It's always difficult to speak following an introduction by Mark Kelly, so I'll do the best I can. I'd like to welcome all of you to this very, very exciting opening. This event really is a symbol of Columbia College Chicago's commitment to a number of very, very important principles. One is the idea of collaboration, and we're very proud that we're working with so many partners to make this possible. We're very committed to the idea of deep engagement with our city and our communities. And I happen to believe that creative young people, creative practitioners, creative practice can be a major force in activating a city and its communities. And tonight, I think, is a wonderful example. I'd like to thank some of the very important people who are here tonight. We have the Commissioner of Cultural Affairs from the City of Chicago, Michelle Boone, who has been a huge supporter of us. Thank you, Michelle. And also this project. We also have Tony Carmen, who is the director of Expo Chicago, who has made this wonderful project available to our students at Columbia College Chicago. Thank you, Tony. More than anything else, I'm just very, very pleased to know that in spite of the rain, we are about to kick off this exciting exploration of this combination of creative citizenry, creative practice, our city, our partners, all in this Wabash Arts Crawl. So welcome, and let's have a great time. Thank you.
And by the way, isn't that a wonderful sound, the L going by? It's just music to our ears, just as the rain is the tears of the gods with joy. Now, my next, my introduction is one that I give with, I'm just so pleased to be able to introduce Michelle Boone. Michelle Boone is a good friend. She is an arts crusader. She has been leading Chicago to embrace arts and culture and education as central to the life of the city and not just an asset or an add-on. She's been a great friend to Columbia and the Wabash Arts Corridor. And so it's my great pleasure to introduce our Commissioner of Special Events and Cultural Affairs, Michelle Boone.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, everyone. I'll make this really quick because you're out in the rain. But how exciting is this? Oh, my God, this is fantastic. I've been having this conversation with Mark, and he has really been driving this vision for the Wabash Arts Corridor for years. And so it's just really thrilling for me to see it realized, to see the activation of arts and the contributions that the student population of Columbia, but also the way that this project is unifying the work of so many businesses, art partners, education partners, and all of this aligns so closely with our Chicago Cultural Plan, which we launched last year. So I'm really thrilled because Mark, you and Columbia College have given me a big win for the Cultural Plan. I'm happy to take credit for all this. But really, it's a great opportunity for the entire city to shine and look at the way that arts can transform our communities. Arts can bring our neighbors together. This wonderful gathering space that we now have with the Papermakers Garden will be a real huge asset for all of the residents of the South Loop area. And I plan to come back and see many more performances by she and other talented young people from Columbia College. So thank you, and thank you for this tremendous gift.
So now we have to recognize all those individuals who brought to life this vision of the Papermaker's Garden. So first of all, within Columbia, I want to recognize Alicia Berg, Steve DeSantis, Jacob Chartoff, and Melissa Carter. Let's give them all a hand, along with John Kavoris from Campus Environment. We want to honor Catherine Murray, the landscape architect. Oslin and Associates, who joined with Catherine, Tom Oslin and Ryan Herm. Let's give them a hand. The structural engineer was Garrett Brown of Rocky Structures. And then the construction was led by O'Malley Construction, Tom O'Malley, Pat O'Malley, and Dale Fester. Let's give them all a hand. But then the driving force, this idea comes from the faculty and the staff and the students of Columbia. And to talk about that is Cliff Metter. Cliff is the interim chair of interdisciplinary arts. He's a renowned book artist. And Cliff, the faculty, the staff, and the students have brought this to us, and this inspiration has created this wonderful new space. Cliff?
I wasn't really planning for it to be raining like this. Why don't you guys move up closer? I thought this was a great opportunity to talk about the role of graduate education at this school, something that gets ignored a little bit. But if you'll excuse the metaphor, one of the things I think about graduate education here is that it plants seeds. Right, that's supposed to be a joke. You can laugh now. So I thought I'd tell you a little story about how this happened, very short because you're getting damped by the second. In January of 2012, a group of people started talking about the idea of growing plants to make paper from the plants, to create that cycle of growing and completion. And one of them is right there. Alex Borgen was a graduate student in our program who started talking to the faculty, to Mel Potter and to April Sheridan, who was the coordinator of special projects in our department, about maybe creating a garden where you could grow things to turn into paper. They encouraged her to write a proposal to facilities, and she wanted to do a roof garden, and they said that wasn't really possible. But somebody, and we think it was Stephen DeSantis, said, there's this empty lot on the corner of 8th and Wabash, what about there? And it was like the idea caught fire. It was amazing. Everybody came together, a bunch of different groups combined resources, and we did phase 1 of this project, which you might remember last year was a bunch of wooden bins with some plants over there. It's strange how that little thing, yes! Woo! That's a vote of affirmation for the garden, y'all. So to make it fast, the idea caught fire, and by harvest time last year, a whole group of people got together and said, let's reiterate this in a more dramatic or more public way and create a space that we can grow creativity. So to plug my own department, the hybridity of interdisciplinary arts is somehow manifest in this idea that performance and paper can grow in the same place. And thank you for coming, and get out of the rain.
Thank you, Cliff. One more speaker. So we have today a very special guest. Tony Carmen is the president of Expo Chicago. He's the driving force that has created this as one of the most important arts fairs in the country, if not the world. And in 2 years, he's just put this on the map. And now with the Expo Week, he's joined in with the entire city. And we're so pleased that the Wabash Arts Corridor Crawl is part of this festival. And so it's a great honor to welcome Tony Carmen. Tony?
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone. Commissioner, Dr. Kim. This is a magical week for us, a little bit of lightning to really make a large impact for what not only the Wabash Art Corridor is, but what I hope is a major international art fair that actually serves the cultural community of Chicago and the schools that are actually graduating the artists and the professionals in the future. And it's inherent in our mission to make sure that we continue these collaborations. I hope all of you not only join us at Navy Pier to experience our collaboration with Columbia College, and that's the Expo video portion, but all of the great things that we get to do with you in the future. And to make sure everyone stays dry, I'll keep my remarks short, but to say, as a very proud Chicagoan of many, many years, it is a deep, deep honor that we get to partner with Columbia College as you get to enter into a whole new series of changes and events and initiatives, and I'm incredibly proud to be a part of it. So thank you. We'll see you at Expo Chicago, and congratulations to you intrepid souls out there. Keep it up. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, the crawl is on. Get out there. There's 60 different events, in and out, probably in with the weather like this. But this is our corridor. It's filled with the cultural and educational assets. And congratulations to everyone that has been part of this very special day. Thank you.